Sunday, September 17th, 2023, round 2 testing with my brother's Trx4 Bronco long travel lift kit versus my niece's Red Cat Gen 8 Jeep Comanche, custom Red Cat Gen 8 Jeep Comanche. Wheelbase has been shortened down to 312 millimeters, and it has RC 4-wheel drive 110 millimeter King off-road shocks all the way around. Extremely modified, too much stuff to list during this video. Custom Trx4 deep woods on this guy, custom cut. 1.9 Enduro wheels, 1.9 tires. Stock Trx4 deep woods on this one, 1.9s. The same kind of wheels. Enduro, no name, aluminum. But they work pretty darn good for the price. There's no doubt about that. Alright, back out on the adventure course once again. We were out here yesterday. We did some extensive tuning on the adventure course. Dug out our holes and all that other good nonsense. It is pretty darn challenging across the board. Should be an interesting run. We're going to let my brother go first. I'm going to follow along behind him. Please excuse the sun and shade. We're out in the middle of the woods. We are both running Electron Pro 5200 milliamp 3S lipos. 17 turn 550 in the Red Cat. And of course the Bronco has that stock 21 turn 550. So 17 turn versus 21 turn. Go ahead there, E. Roll on. I don't get my shadow in the way, which it is. I apologize. Running 1.9s today. Still had no problem with belly pan clearance getting over that dirt mound. Oh, a little hit there, but still not as fast as it was with my Bronco yesterday. Red Cat Gen 8 rides extremely low to the ground. Normally this vehicle has a set of 1.9 Canyon trails on it. The Trx4 deep woods are just a little bit larger in outer diameter, so we might have some tire rub on our inner fenders or body. Definitely getting a little bit of chassis rub right there. There's no doubt about that, but 110 millimeter shocks, you should be making traction. And I spoke too soon. Really, right off the bat. That is funny. Yep, she is stuck. Well, I blame that on the transfer case there. Center cross member, bottom of the chassis. Has a little nub that sticks down just a little bit, so it's not completely flat across there like a Trx4. So more apt to drag and grab. Yeah, still getting hung up right there. Long travel and all. Skated past on that side. Taking a look at our cross member down here, bottom of the Red Cat. This little nub right there might have been what was hanging us up. No guarantees on that, but that's just my guess right off the bat. Bronco rolling in. Red Cat also has a set of 8mm wheel hex spacers on there as well. Probably should have took those off. Bronco has a set of 6mm wheel hex spacers. Same back spacing on both wheels. Same manufacturer. And rolling into the frog pond. Yeah, I probably gonna notice a huge difference there with those 1.9s versus the 2.2s yesterday. Yesterday he was running a set of Proline 2.2 Super Swampers, the TSL SX Super Swampers. A little bit more rounded profile on the TSL SXs. The Interco TSL SX. And those are some pretty big tires at 5.4 inches in outer diameter. Not too sure what these guys are. I want to say a little bit more than 4.65 inches in outer diameter. Maybe 4.7, somewhere in that area. Just rough guessing that. Don't quote me on it. This thing's got some good wheel speed with it. There's no doubt about that. Stock gearing on our Red Cat. Stock pinion gear, stock spur gear. Oh, she's up in the air. Keeling over a little bit there. Definitely flex it out. There, she's back on the ground. Cutting hard left. This has a Savox SW0231 steering servo in it. El Cheapo. For a cheap servo, it still puts out 208 inch ounces, which isn't too bad. He's making his way into the bombed out area, which I heard something lock up there. What are you locking up? All four? Alright, all four differentials locked up. This first little section of bombed out area is not too deep. 3 to 4 or 5 inches in that area somewhere. Get a little bumper drag going on. A little bit easier yesterday once again with those 2.2s. Once again, we are not running the bump stop on Ian's lift kit. So he has full travel with those 110mm shocks. Now, pros and cons on that running 2.2 tires. Those Proline Super Swampers that he had on there yesterday are 5.4 inches in outer diameter. I don't think I'd want to go much larger in outer diameter when it comes to that Bronco, or else you're going to start to experience some significant tire rub on the rear inner fenders. 2.2s come in many different sizes, as many of you already know. So pay attention to your tire sizes when you're shopping for Trx4. Some tires are bigger than others, and they might not fit without doing some extensive modifications or removing your inner fender wheel wells. Gen 8 crawling her way in. I say her because this is my niece's truck. Although I am driving it today. Alright, getting a little bit off course here. We're definitely down in a hole. Might be able to cut our way back through. Real angles on my channel. I never falsify camera angles. What you see is what you get. By falsifying, I'm meaning when people are going uphill, tilting the camera to make it look like the hill is steeper than what it is. Good thing to pay attention to with that kind of stuff is the background. Look at all the trees in the background and see which way the majority of the trees are facing. Trees tend to grow straight up. Unless they're growing around something or fighting for sunlight. So that is always a giveaway. Background items, trees, buildings, fences, things of that nature. That is a dead giveaway for someone who's falsifying their camera angles. I think we lost a board on our bridge down there, Ian. Keep on driving. Yeah, drove right over it. I'd be surprised if this bridge makes it through this winter. Definitely need to do a rebuild next year, that is for sure. I said that last year and probably the year before. But we just keep on going with it. Continuing along, running to the over-under bridge. Coming up to the log obstacle pile here. Just simulating a stack of logs in the woods. Gen 8's pretty darn quiet. Not used to driving this one. It's been a while. Doing a little custom routing today. Same thing we did yesterday. Except we're just going to skip a little boring section here on the track and try to go up onto this rock section and bypass all these little crappy bricks. Any way you can get up there. It's going to be a tough little climb. Gas front end up and over. Oh, you did it. Hard left. Probably a little readjusting, I'm sure. That was pretty darn impressive. That's a steep angle right there. Oh, nice articulation on that truck. Digging that 110mm long arm suspension kit. Red Cat Gen 8. That's a tough act to follow, man. Tough act to follow. Red Cat Gen 8 has great approach angles with the tires. Bumper, not so much, but better than a stock Red Cat setup, that is for sure. She is It's twisting up. Making contact with the bumper. Wow. Once I get right up in the air. He's not having it, not from that angle, that's for sure. I'll be approaching, hit this other rock a little bit. No, we were snagging our bumper on that one. Gotta get my front tire to bite on that rock. Staring down on the vehicle right now. Alright. Making some headway there a little bit. You definitely pulled that off a lot easier than this one is, that is for sure. Oh, and we were snagged up right there. Oh, and now we're caught up on a rear bumper. Rear bumper has been raised and tucked into the frame. So it actually sits up higher than the frame rails on the back of the vehicle. I'm stuck. And I'm going to require a tow. You got a strap on that thing? Well, I can spool out the winch, I suppose. RC4 drive Warren 9.5 CTI. That is the wrong way. There we go. Blue winch line. Where did you get that, Jim? That is Trx4 36-pound lead core fishing line is what we were using. 36-pound test lead core fishing line. Lead core allows you to bend the line in the different directions if need be. It winds up, spools up nicely around the spool. 36-pound braking test, or test strength on it, so the winch line will break most likely before you do some damage to your vehicle. Not being sponsored by anybody, but this is what we use for our winch line on our RC cars. And that is a Trx4 lead core fishing line. 36-pound test, high density, high tenacity, polyester braid, lead core, high performance braided fishing line. 10 color sequence, 10 yards per color. Every 10 yards is a different color with this stuff. Red, blue, brown, yellow, dark blue, orange, black, green, pink, white. And it's very nice. Very nice fishing line. Moves well, as you've seen in the video there. This is what the color that we're using on the Gen 8. This color blue. We're using a goldish color on my brother's truck. Sorry for the unprofessionalism. We'll key on the flash. Using the gold color on his truck, which looks pretty nice. Blue once again on my niece's truck, which looks pretty good. 36-pound test, so the winch line hopefully will break before your winch breaks or before you rip something off on your truck. 36 pounds is plenty strong enough. There's no doubt about that. And you know, it lasts a long time. I've had this for several years. I picked this up in 2016, and here it is 2023. I'm still running off of the same roll. Every 10 yards is a different color. So, I mean, look at all the options that you have here. You've got orange line, green line, purple line, white line, yellow, gold, blue. You can match your vehicle's paint job with the winch line. It's pretty cool. Just wanted to throw that out to you boys and girls out there as an idea. Modifying your vehicles, customizing your vehicles. Looking for a good, inexpensive winch line, right here. Don't quote me on a price, but maybe $30 to $40 for a roll. It'll last a long, long time. You just hold still there. I'm going to lift you up and try to go forward. Try with my middle finger and winch in with my index finger. There we go. I think we're home free. hot racing winch hook. Not too impressive. It needs to be a little bit wider on the gap so it can actually hook into a shackle. That's not so good. RC 4-wheel drive used to make these monster Kong tow hooks a few years ago, and don't know why they stopped making them, because that was the best tow hook in my mind. Never had a problem hooking on the shackles, big wide mouth on them. Perfect for these vehicles. But for some reason or another, they just stopped making them. I used to have a bunch and lost a few along the way throughout the years. Mainly due to the winch controllers having the winch controller hooked up to the transmitter versus a key fob style. You have less control when it's on your transmitter. And just accidentally ripped off winch lines and lost a couple in rivers. And it's a terrible thing. Alright, continuing along. Once again, custom routing here. We're going to zigzag on and off the course. How about this? Instead of going that way, once you go down underneath the over-under rock bridge over top of that dirt pile, and then hang a left and go through that area over there. We were going to drop off the course and come back in over there, but let's just go over another dirt pile here along the way.
That was my second edition.
Okay. Whoa. She's drifting to the right there. It's going to be a long video, a slow-paced video, but we're doing a comparison here. Long travel Red Cat Gen 8, which was one of the most capable vehicles out on my adventure course, against the long travel Bronco, which is quickly becoming one of the most capable vehicles out here. Go to a dirt bound obstacle, we'll see how he does with belly pan drag. It's really not terrible. He rolled right up and over. Gen 8, moving in. Yeah, I kind of shortcut that, didn't I? I don't like those 8mm wheel hex spacers on here. We had a set of Boom Racing Sandstorm Crate aluminum wheels on here prior to this video. Different back spacing on those wheels. So the 8mm wheel spacers work great on those, but not so good with these Enduro wheels. Puts a real wide stance on the truck, which is okay, but it might be a little bit too wide in certain areas. Makes that 47-degree turning radius not so good. Drop down in there. Oh, some bumper snag going on for sure. Yeah, you're definitely snagging your bumper there. Looking down into a hole. Oh, big scooping, eh? That one is definitely too deep. This is one of your obstacles, wasn't it? Yeah, you did a nice job on that one. Oh, reverse wheelie. RC 4-wheel drive worn 8274 winch on the front of this vehicle. Right up and over. Once you're done. Red Cat moving in. Scooped right up through. Sorry, Buggy. Just filled your bumper and winch full of dirt.
Yeah, I was trying to punch through it. I just couldn't get there.
Well, the difference in bumpers, you got the big high push bar up here on the front and hangs down a little bit further down on the bottom and it's just digging in. Red Cat bumper's pretty flat across the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Pretty darn flat across the bottom of there. It's really a relatively thin bumper in all reality. So a little bit easier for this one to punch through. This bumper has been moved back into the frame and new holes were drilled to get that recessed back as far as you could possibly get it. Rear bumper, on the other hand, once again, Trx4 rear bumper mount off of a back of a Trx4 Bronco, flipped upside down so it's inverted, custom ground down so it fits into the frame. The rear bumper has been raised and shoved in as far as it'll go. Continuing along here, we're going to make a hard left and cut back down onto our rock section. And make our way back around to the tombstones. Ian had no problems in the tombstone yesterday with the 2.2 Super Swampers. We'll see how he does today with the 1.9 Trx Deep Woods. Yeah, a little belly rub, but not terrible. That's kind of fun. Yeah, okay, a little crazy. A little crazy with it. Sorry, bug. Gotta test it out. East's Red Cat Gen 8 once again. I did the build on it though. My brother paid for all the parts. Yeah, my niece normally has a pretty tight grip on the transmitter when it comes to this vehicle. Alright, so getting some bumper drag there with the 1.9s. You didn't have that yesterday with the 2.2s. I certainly had it yesterday with the 1.9s, but I was running stock suspension on my Trx4 Bronco. Yesterday's video was the stock Trx4 Bronco 1.9 Trx Deep Woods. This is our long travel Bronco with 2.2 Swampers. Little chassis grab there on that rock. Trying to open differentials, but hey, you know, still pretty good. Can't unlock the differentials on the Red Cat, so she's locked up no matter what. Another good test would have been to drive over this big rock right here versus going in between it. That's a tight one to get over. So this is where our wheel hex spacers is a problem, because our wheelbase is just a little bit too wide to span the gap on this rock, or to gap it outright. So no traction. Just a little bit narrower, we might get a grip on that one. Oh, belly rub. Turtling up and sliding off. Now this is where the wheel hex spacers are nice. Makes it more stable when you're sliding off the edge of a rock like that. Pros and cons. No rub on that rock. Thin bumper once again on the front. It sits up pretty high in the air. Right on through. Making our way around and heading towards the storm damage. Yesterday he took a pretty challenging route through there. I don't know if he's going to try to duplicate that today. Going over those logs, I suppose it would only be fair. I tried to do that with my Bronco yesterday, following him around. Oh, you got it. Use your servo, eh? Nice job. He's running a ProTech Black Label 370 TBL on this one. We have the Trx4 complete BEC kit, so he's getting a little over 600 inch-ounces of torque from one of that servo. Ounce inches. I said inch ounces. I think it's ounce inches. Red Cat now wanting to make the turn there. Had it and I let off the gas. I get it that time. You got it on the first try. I got to do a little readjusting here. Trying to drive the truck and check out the camera at the same time. Oh, she's keeling over. My servo was kind of stuck where it's at. Doesn't have quite enough power to get the job done. Huge difference in steering servos there. The Savox SW0231 versus the ProTech 370 TBL Black Label. Gigantic difference in power. 208 inch ounces on this one versus over 600 on the other. Oh, I was about to give up on it. He was about to flip over. Have Ian pull ahead here and into the stump section. Had an easy time in the stumps yesterday with those 2.2s. 2.2s make all the gaps smaller. We're hung up pretty good right there. Hung up on our front differential. Oh, she's gonna roll. Well, if I nope, don't want to go that way. Don't want to go that way either. Ah. Let's see if we can recover. Come on, baby. Come on. Don't look buggy. I'm damaging your truck. Flexed out pretty good. Truck has great articulation. So couldn't quite copy you on that trip around the logs there, or trip through the storm damage. So far, the old Trx4 is definitely making the Red Cat look bad. Heading along there, Mr. C. Getting started. Front differential is getting snagged up on that brick right there. It's kind of in his favor a little bit. It's facing upwards, kind of like a skid plate, but brick on plastic, so you have to push your plastic over top of that brick. Oh, he's got his rear differential snagged on another brick in the back. Rear axle. And now he's got his front disc snagged. Very difficult area once again. And extremely hard on your vehicles. There is a bypass trail. Just because it is extremely hard on your vehicles. Going through the tree stumps. My apologies for the far off angles. Oh, same rock. Same brick. Try to gap this out just right. I think our wheel hex spacers are helping us right through here today. Spanning the gaps between some of these bricks, making great contact. Well, we're safely through. Yeah, looks like the Red Cat ruled out in the bricks right there. Route has a lot to do with that one, since it's kind of random going through, and wheelbase as well. The Proline 2.2 plastic beadlocks that Ian was running yesterday have a pretty wide stance on them, the back spacing. So he's not, his tires aren't sitting quite as far apart as they were yesterday. Making our way down that rolly brick section. We're going to try to take the same route we took yesterday, which is just coming through here and straight on down this way and right up over top of this rock. Normally we'd be going up over that rolly brick section, but I don't think that's going to be too challenging with our long arm lift kit. The trucks can normally make it through there. I mean, you can try it one time. I'll be do it one time, Ian. Go up the rolly brick section and just back on back down it, just so we can say that the vehicle is more than capable of doing that. Don't know how it would have been yesterday with those 2.2s. They sit up there pretty tall. We're experiencing a couple situations where we needed to wrap that winch line on the front around the axle and cinch down the front end a little bit to decrease the angle on the height there. Hey, no problem. Piece of cake. Alright, go ahead and back up. We already know the Red Cat Gen 8 can do it. It's been seen on video doing that several times. He's going to attempt to climb over this big blue stone right here, which is super slick. Hard to get onto on an angle. We've got opposing angles here between the brick and the stone, and we've got this big pit here that likes to catch your passenger side rear tire. Straight up angle on the brick, smooth board on the backdrop there, and you're coming up on an angle, so it can be very difficult. All right, give it a shot there, E. Oh, you didn't have much trouble yesterday with the 2.2s on it. See how he does today. Oh, there she goes. That looks like a hand of God. I don't think I'd attempt to flip that one over otherwise on your own. Reapproaching. This is one of those situations where it'd be nice to, it'd be advantageous to winch your front end down. Wrap the winch line around the front axle and back up to the bumper. Cinch it down. Makes life a lot easier to crawl over steep obstacles like that. And he made it without a problem. He's going to make a hard right turn here and start going up this hill. Now yesterday he went straight up and over this big round rock right here, which is tough to do. Not too many vehicles can do that. Belly pan clearance comes into play. He's running those stock Trx deep woods. My niece's truck has my custom trimmed Trx deep woods on it. Now, yesterday you might have had an easier time approaching this just because of the tire gap on the 2.2s versus 1.9s. Now he's up and over. Kind of side skirting a little bit. Oh, a little body rub on this other rock. He's getting it. Tires are crinkling a little bit. And on up he goes. Going right up over top of that rock. Nice job. I was avoiding that one yesterday. But then again, you had 2.2s on it yesterday, and now you have 1.9s. There's one rock that's sticking up like a little spire right here, right underneath his truck. And that is grabbing his differentials. Yep, you are locked in, buddy. That's a hand of God, or you can try to drive off it like that. There you go. Drop down and around it, or up and over it. Not in a bad spot. There you go. Nicely done. Gen 8 rolling in. Fast. Get up through that hole. Oh, right up and over. Wow. Big win there. For the Gen 8. Yeah, at least it's got one good solid win in the book for today. Custom trimmed canyon deep woods, not canyon trails. Custom trimmed Trx deep woods. Which is stock. Down in a couple rock pockets down here that are holding my tire just perfect. Alright, with that angle, keep going, keep going, keep going. And we are snagged. Yep, we are snagged up good on that one. Side skirt a little bit to one side, and we got it. Start making my turn to the right now and try to avoid that rocky mess that you're messing with. It's an extremely overcast day today. Go ahead there, Ian. Ooh, yeah, that one's got a little bit of a drop on it. Watch out for that first step. That's a doozy. Piece of cake. Jenny moving in. Alright, making our way back down, heading towards the switchback area. Thanks for driving the old Red Cat. I've actually only had a chance to drive this vehicle like once or twice. Bronco in the lead. A big rock right in front of us is normally good for snagging up belly pans. Stock Trx4s with 1.9s and normal stock suspension. He made it over. He had a little belly snag there, but it wasn't terrible. 2.2s make a difference. This should definitely close the gaps between the racks. He'll wind his way around the corner, avoid the wall at the same time, using that rock to aid him as he pivots around. Moving up into our next dirt challenge. The dirt challenges are pretty challenging today. Same dirt challenges that we had yesterday, which were pretty darn challenging. Probably the most challenging obstacles that we put on the course to date, as far as the dirt sections go. Getting up on the wall there, parking her out, wall riding, wacky wall walker. Wacky wall walker. Get up and over that rack. Oh, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. That's the wall. And we made it. Contact. Moving into the dirt section, which the camera really doesn't do it justice. I recommend watching this on a big screen TV. That definitely does it justice. I'm looking through the cell phone and it doesn't look all that impressive, man, but to the naked eye, it is pretty darn gnarly through here. Alright, go ahead there, Ian. We're going to do this one at a time. We're not denying any vehicle. It's camera time. Wicked pits. That's where I got kind of snagged up yesterday with mine. I got stuck in that little trench on the right that you were making it in. I don't know if you're going to make it through or not. Oh, there you go. Let's see how far you can get. If you happen to get stuck, you get stuck. If not, you don't. I'll speed this process up and keep on trucking. Getting ready to drop into some crazy dugout tank traps here. He's trying to straddle some pits. This next little area that he just pulled into can be pretty darn difficult. Yesterday he flipped his Bronco over right over in this area. I had to bypass him with my Bronco to use my truck as a winch anchor. It was a real fight for me, trying to get around him. That's for darn sure. I actually had to drive onto the back half of his vehicle and use it for traction. Passenger side, rear corner of the truck. Steep climb. Around to get some ideal filming angles here. Trying to climb out of a dugout area. It's pretty difficult to film dugout areas. And there he rolled over. I rolled mine there yesterday. I was able to recover. And I think you're in a holding pattern. Gen 8 moving in. Our little snaky rollers here. Try to go a little bit different route here and see if I can cut through this little bombed out area. Truck's got great flex in most situations. Most situations, the old Gen 8 works pretty good. Modified Gen 8. Don't go that way. Oh boy. I sense this getting stuck situation here. Impending doom. Looming overhead. There we go. Using that 3S to our advantage. Tweaking out our suspension as we move into the bombed out area. See if we can snake through this mess without totally getting buried as we try to get ourselves in a position to rescue my brother here. Oh, bumped your truck. Well, this next part's going to be a little bit difficult. Filming it from up high here, looking down. Your tire. Bouncy bounce there. There we go. Probably good right there as a winch anchor. Reel her out. There should be no problem hooking onto these tow shackles.
Yeah, just thinking that.
I think those are hot racing shackles, if I remember correctly. We'll torque on the truck, on the one I'm driving. There you go. All right, you're upright. Technically, you're supposed to be in the lead. I'm going to roll through this little mess of stuff here and wait for you to catch up. I'm pretty sure you can make it through here. Or hopefully you can make it up from there. If not, I'll be back into position again.
Right.
It didn't sound good. Bronco. That's the one I was trying to push through yesterday, man, and it's not budging. I thought I could punch through that dirt mound with my bumper, but it was not happening. Single speed transmission with 2-speed. His gearing is lowered. We did drop in that smaller pinion gear when we installed the lift kit to accommodate 2.2 tires. There you go, buddy. There you go.
Right.
That'll help get that bird poop off that front tire. Snaking his way through. Nicely done. You might want to just bypass around me. Nice job. And we're going to go up and over our rock wall right here, which is basically getting off the course and back onto the course. Running up and over our over under log bridge there, just to get from point A to point B, more or less. Only reason for that. Hey, you know what? Let's bypass that bridge today. Why don't we go over top of our wall here and drop down underneath the brick bridge, and then cut to the right and maybe try to muscle over top of a few of those rocks over there on the side, our bridge topper, and then make our way back up from there. At least it'll be a little bit more interesting than going over that log bridge. Any way you want to go about it. Oh, nicely done. He righted himself. Gotta climb over a straight up ledge here. Sits up higher than the bumper. Something you need to catch with a tire, if you can. Oh, there you go. He's got it. At least that far. Easier time yesterday with the 2.2s. Yeah, don't go to the right or left. I mean, if you drop off on that side. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Nicely done. I'm pretty sure the Gen 8's not going to do it. Negotiate your way around and get lined up for the next run. Gen 8. Extreme close up. Definitely not in a good position for this. I'm going to have to back up and readjust, I believe. It's a little speedy. Stock pinning gears, probably drop it down a tooth. At one point in time, we did have a 35 turn motor in here. A lower pinning gear, but wasn't powerful enough for the kids, so we dropped that 17 turn back in it. Didn't have enough wheel speed. Great approach angles with that red cap bumper. Just getting up on it. Well, sitting on our links. See if we can get one of our tires to make contact here. You don't want to go to the left because there's a drop off there. Rock slides to the left downhill. Depending on which angle you're facing, I think we got it right now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Using our steering servo, we got it. Talking about that big drop there on the left. Bumper snag going on there. Gen 8 is loose, man. You can just feel it when you're driving, all the extra slop in that thing. This is technically not part of the course. Not just yet. This is course under construction. Just trying to straddle a couple pretty large rocks here. Put myself right in between the groove without falling into that groove down there. Hung up on his mirror on the right hand side. Passenger mirror. Oh, he's making it. Oh, it's wicked, man. It's not part of the course. Not yet, anyways. That's a tough act to follow, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through all that nonsense. Give it a try. At least I got my front bumper on the rock. That's a good start. But we're looking inverted there on that front tire approach. Definitely, not good, not good. Disadvantage with that Savox SW0231 versus your ProTech. I'll come in on an angle. Front tire is underneath that rock. That is never good. There's a lot of excess torque on the vehicle. You're trying to go forward and that axle wants to go backwards. Gives you a lot of traction, but also very detrimental. I just keep getting further down in that hole. Keep getting back into that same situation. I think I'll be alright right here. Just stay up in between these rocks. Back tire down underneath that hole right now in that rock. Oh, we're up on our side. Opposite of the side that you were on. I've got my wheel cut all the way to the left and it's just not cutting it. It's not doing it. This is not good. Gotta realign. Get up there, get up there, get up there. Nope, not having it. Trying to get this back tire. Look at this inversion right here. It's difficult. It keeps taking my truck for a ride. Once again, it's pushing that axle backwards, trying to make it over top of that rock. Not meant to be crawled on just yet. Yeah, she doesn't want to do it, man. Does not want to do it. I'll give it that old I didn't go to college try. Oh man, not happening. Not happening. Nope, she's not having it. Rip my tire off the wheel trying to get it through here. It's definitely sitting in there sideways. That's what she said. Oh, that's not good, man. We were on a bad angle there, buddy. Go forward, turn left and go forward. We're definitely not going to be able to hook it up around that rock. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. Yeah, this way. Level her out. Yeah, you won that one. That was a toughie. Trx4 won that one. Another toughie. Rock ledge. This is a bridge topper for the next over on the rock bridge. Just sitting off to the sides, been sitting here for a couple years. Almost had it right there. Oh, we got it. Follow me through there, buddy. Make his way up. nicely done. Yeah, no problem for the Trx4. No problem. Yeah, you might as well go ahead and move it up in front. You are technically leading this parade. This very short parade. We're going to key on some lights here real quick, just to give us some better background light since we're not running a camera flash at the moment. Trying to conserve battery on that so we don't cut our video short. This one, I got the lights hooked up to a wireless winch controller. I can key them on via the transmitter, but the rock lights are old manual switch up underneath the chassis here somewhere. There we go. Going back over the big route, eh? Attempting the big route. Oh, he's got it. I'm going to follow you right through that same route. Just to see if the Gen 8 can do it. Try that little hump on the transfer case there, the belly pan. So the Trx4 is a little bit flatter. This one's just got a little nub sticking up there. Not as bad as the Trailfinder 2. The transfer case on the Trailfinder 2 with the cross member is like a shovel. Unless you get an aftermarket cross member to raise it up. He's moving his way into the next obstacle. Just a couple big, huge dirt mounds on the way up to Old Stump. Not huge, but could snag some parts on the way through, some chassis parts. Yeah, work way up into the Old Stump there and wait for Mr. Gen 8 to make his way through. And this thing is speedy, especially on 3S. Yeah, that's for the people that are getting sick of watching me crawl. Yeah, made it down through. Making our way towards Old Stump here. He's making his way up and through. No problem for the Gen 8. Take the same route that we took yesterday. I climb over big route. Oh, you got it. You bombed out at first, but you made it. I don't know if there's any go. Whoa! I didn't mean to do that. I was just, I lost my balance. Standing here, squatting here, I should say. Stabbed the throttle. Whiskey throttle. Making our way to the next sand hill. A couple different routes we can go on this one. You can go up to the left or to the right. That's the way we went yesterday. It's one of the spots that the Bronco was having a little trouble with yesterday with the 2.2s, just because the front end was just kind of sitting a little bit too high. One of those situations where winching it down around the front axle and back up to the bumper would have been helpful. Just suck down that front suspension, pull it down. Give the vehicle more of a chance. Straight on up. Come on top of the sand hill. Our custom routed on the way back down here and try out our other new rock section. Off to the left here for the bypass trail. Pretty tight path here. It's kind of a bypass trail for the STX24s or smaller scale vehicles that can't make it up the sand hill. First series of rocks. Oh, you're gonna go over the edge. Get down to the left there. Wrap your way back around. Get a hard left right here. That rock face right there is a steep one to climb. And you got a back tire right now. Oh, again, of course. There we go. Slide your way up. Pick up a squeak there too. Squeak, squeak. Oh, she's keeling over. Oh, not good, not good. Belly pan, snag us. Power torquing our way through that. Of course. Keep cutting hard left here or hard right here. So I can get up onto that rock. Not so much. She made it. Custom carved deer tracks. Deep woods are getting some good traction there. You're zigzagging back onto the sand hill. Oh yeah. Little bumper snag. Getting it from a slight angle. Oh, you got it. That back tire getting traction saved you from rolling over. Long travel. Oh, Jenny scraping his way through. I believe that would be the differentials that we're scraping there. The aluminum differential covers. Aluminium. For English viewers out there. Oh, sliding out the rock. You want to hold that angle. Wider wheel stance possibly. Servo not quite as strong. Can't quite hold the angle. Coming through here diagonally. Oh, red cat, go! Come on, baby. There we go. She made it through. Twisted trucker. It's a good articulation ramp right there. Moving our way back down the sand hill over the big rock. Oops, little belly can grab there. Heard that. The belly scratching. Oops, sorry about you. Heading towards the over-under rock bridge. You took the low road, I'll take the high road. Apparently you made it there before me. High angle filming as we come through our over-under rock bridge and log bridge area. My apologies. Give you guys a view that you don't normally see. A little belly band rub here. Oh, we made it. We did rub though, that is for sure. You can actually see our little drag mark right there on that transfer case where it hangs down below on the cross member. That's the part that kind of keeps snagging us up. Kind of like a trail finder too in that aspect. At least it's plastic. Plastic slides over rocks better than metal. No problem, eh? Just crawling right on up. I got high centering on that rock. Trying to keep it interesting.
What is all that?
Mold.
Mold?
Yep, it is mold. All that whiteness. White nastiness there. Probably be some mushrooms growing there before too long. That's probably what it is. Some kind of fungus growing on it. Well, obviously mold is a fungus, but... right on up, eh? Long travel's got nothing to do with that. It's driver experience. Maybe the mold's giving us some extra traction. Might be turning into moss, you know, that green fuzzy moss.
Yeah.
That's always decent traction. Alright, keep on trucking here. Sun is going down. And then around Prometheus. You hold up there before you get to the other side and get a chance to walk around. Tires aren't rubbing too bad on the old Gen 8. I was expecting a little bit more tire rub with this one. I was debating on putting on my 2.2 mudslingers onto the vehicle for this run, but they were definitely rubbing. They're not much bigger. They're only 4.88 inches, but stock Canyon Trail is 4.65. I want to say these dirt tracks are probably a little bit more than that, maybe 4.7, somewhere in that area. There we go. It just spins up so nicely, man. I just love how that this truck just torques up nicely. That single speed transmission and that 17 turn 550, it just on 3S especially. Good snap to it. There's a 50C discharge rate on the battery. Yeah, nice snap. Right, monkey sees, monkey does. Try, you could put it in second gear and give it a try. I bet you'd have a little bit easier time pulling those 1.9s, having that pinion gear dropped and running on 3S. This is a place that we didn't make it through yesterday because our camera battery died. Using my projector mod on the back of my Motorola Moto Z4 as an external battery, or a backup battery. Just to keep this baby going a little bit longer. Oh, I'm snagged up. Differential snag. I'll let you go on through. If you can make it. I'm not in the best filming angle here for this. Normally I like to rotate myself around in different angles. It's getting dark. Fleeting daylight. I'm snagged up right there. And I'm snagged up again. Red Cat differentials are the downfall. Ring and pinion on that differential area just kind of hangs down a little bit. Almost like a corporate 14-bolt rear axle. The way the differential hangs down. Huge snag point. Alright, battery's running low apparently. I just got done saying that we had the projector mod on the phone to lengthen our battery life. The battery's going low again. We're probably gonna End up shutting down or losing our video halfway through here. Just like yesterday. Not good. Not good. Time for a new phone. Or an actual camera. Like a GoPro. Hero. Something or other. Alright, so just like yesterday, I'm going to thank you guys and gals ahead of time for sticking around and watching the video. In case our camera cuts out here. Very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video. Questions and comments are always welcome as always. Hope you enjoyed the show. Until that camera dies, we're just going to keep on trucking here. See if we can work our way through our snake bits here. Snaked out bits. Articulation testers. Work our way down and around the corner. Go ahead there, I'm going to let you go first. Bulldozing some dirt there. A great spot for the Trx4s or a Trx4M. Rolling through this section, that is for darn sure. Great spot for that. Those hills would be monstrous for a TRX or for an SCX24. And very interesting for a Trx4M, which I don't own just yet. And we're making it through. The next storm damage area, leading up to some more bombed out pits. I'm tearing up the course. Some huge pits there. These were designed to get this truck stuck with 2.2s. Made it through okay yesterday with 2.2. It was a little bit of struggle, but he made it. Twisted. Wasn't too far after this that our battery died yesterday on the camera. Snagged up on the rear diff. There's some helly holes. Maybe try hitting second gear. Just be careful on the throttle. Whoa. Yeah, you are rolled over, man. That looks like a hand of God. Well, I might be able to get you up from the roof, but it'd definitely be damaging. Yeah, go ahead, hand of God it. Oh, 5% battery remaining. Time is of the essence. Oh, clunk, as that front end disappears down in that hole. Yeah, we are stuck in the same spot with Red Cat. Whoa. Power hop.
Might be able to drag you over upside down.
Yeah, it would definitely not do our body any good, that's for sure. It's already in bad shape. Poor Proline body's seen a lot of rollovers here. Paint's just blowing off everywhere. No, that's not a custom look, that's just bad paint. Yep, you guessed it. Battery died on my phone. My apologies, boys and girls. As far as the shootout goes, you know, who's the victory go to? The Trx4 Bronco with the long travel lift kit on it, or the custom Red Cat Gen 8 with the 110mm shocks all the way around. It's tough to say. You know, they both have their pros and cons. They both have strong points and weak points. I think all in all, though, the victory probably goes to the Bronco. It was just having an easier time getting over obstacles with its belly pan clearance. Gen 8 has a little bit more of an issue with the little hump that hangs down on the bottom of the center cross member by the transfer case area. Snags it up a little bit like a transfer case on a RC4 drive trail finder too. That right there is quite the snag point. So I think that was probably our biggest holdup out there today when we were running these vehicles. All in all, though, I like the way the Gen 8 handles. It's very fluid. The suspension handles very nice. Has great articulation. Great set of legs on it. It's very loose. But sometimes that's a drawback. You know, you start doing some side hilling and it may be more prone to roll over just because the suspension has so much give to it. But all in all, I like the way the Gen 8 handles. I think the biggest problem with the Gen 8 today was our 8mm wheel spacers that were on here. Just had us gapped out just a little bit too far there. And our uprights were coming into contact with the rocks, and it was great for side hilling, but otherwise I think it was a little bit, it was kind of hampering us a little bit, killing our turning radius as well. So different wheels. We normally run a set of Boom Racing Sandstorm Crate aluminum wheels on this thing, which are these guys right here with these 1.9 Canyon trails. They have different back spacing on them. And those 8mm wheel spacers, or wheel hex spacers, work great with these wheels here. But with the Enduro wheels, not so much. Different back spacing on these guys. So they stick out quite a bit. So we just kind of threw them on for that run. I wasn't really paying attention too much to the back spacing, or I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. But it certainly was. I think it was a little bit of a downfall with the truck out there. I like the way the power comes on with the Gen 8. The way it spools up that 17-turn 550 and the single-speed transmission. It spools up pretty smooth, especially for a brush motor. I mean, really, it spools up quick. I like the way it spools up. But that's not what it's all about for crawling. It's nice when you're climbing up sand hills and things to have that quick snap of power that when you need it to get the wheels spinning. But at the same time, that's not what it's all about. But definitely has more snap than the TF2, or not TF2, but the Trx4 with the 2-speed transmission and 21-turn brushed 550. If this had a brushless system in it, it might be a different story. But with the current setup in it, that motor has many miles on it, actual miles. Not quite as many as my Bronco over there, but it does have a lot of actual real-world miles on it. They've been around for a while, and they've got yeah, a lot of hours on them, and a lot of actual miles. So, nevertheless, 17-turn 550 spools up a little bit quicker, lower turn ratio, more RPM. I like that little aspect about it. But once again, I think as far as the victories go for the day, I think the victory goes to the Bronco. You guys and gals out there can let me know in the comment area how you felt about each truck. I know they both had their pros and cons, but once again, yeah, feel free to leave your comments in the comment area on which vehicle you think did better. I don't think the tires made much of a difference today. If we had some loose, sandier conditions and climbing up some loose, sandy hills, these guys might have showed their worth and their value. You can definitely hear them gripping in the rocks with a custom trim pattern here on the tires versus the stock pattern. Only real difference is that these guys in that soft sand, having these center row of lugs close together, tend to act like a saw blade in the soft sand and dig a little bit. When you open them up a little bit and remove every other lug, it allows it to grip a little bit better and float a little bit better in the sand. Nevertheless, I don't think that made much of a difference in our little test there today. But that's going to do it, boys and girls. Very much appreciate it for y'all sticking around and watching the video. As always, feel free to leave a comment in the comment area. Let me know what you guys and gals think out there, which vehicle you like better. Next video will be my Trx4 Bronco and a long travel lift kit, possibly 1.9s against my brother's Bronco with a set of 2.2s. And we'll see how those two stack up. All right, so that's going to do it. Once again, boys and girls, very much appreciated for y'all sticking around and watching the video. And we will see you all on the next one. Thanks again.